God has taken your mother away. Your grandfather has gone into a deep sleep. These are certain things we explain our children, which is very wrong, especially when they are closed circle. They will always live in the hope that this person will come back, or they will start hating God. Why did God take him away? Or maybe they will start blaming themselves, get into depression. These things shouldn't happen, and in this video I'm going to tell you tips on how to cope up with the loss of a loved one, especially how kids can deal with it. Hello and welcome to Tots and Moms. My name is Kavita, and this pandemic has showed everyone the worst that could happen to a mankind. We have been hearing news everywhere: loss of a mother who just delivered a child, death of a father who has left behind a mother, a housewife, and 2 children. A woman who just retired and was planning a vacation with her friends is no more. These scenarios shake us, and think about kids. We at least know how to grieve, how to console ourselves, and how to move on. But kids, they never have dealt with, especially if they have never come across such things. They don't know how to express, they don't know how to deal with this situation, and they can also get into depression, which we don't want, especially when they lose their closed ones who used to be in front of their eyes all the time. This video will help you understand age appropriate grieving and then recommend or help them cope up with these grieving, get a closure, how to move on with memories, how to get back to routine with kids. So please do watch the video till the end. Let's talk about how kids view upon death age appropriately. Now, 0 to 2 years, infant to a toddler, they cannot understand much, but they can sense the change and the sadness, because people who were cheerful around the child all the time are now not expressing that happiness anymore. They can sense that. They can also understand the separation. The touch is missing. The one who used to take me in their hands, always kiss me, is missing. That also they can sense, and that is how they start getting irritated. They will be crying all the time. Their eating routine and sleeping routine will also change. Preschoolers, that is 3 to 6 years of age, find it confusing. They talk a lot at this time, so there will be a lot of questions coming in from them. They do not know how to react. Anger, irritability, change in sleep, and a little in behavior can be observed. Kids who go to school 7 to 12 years, they understand death is permanent. I missed that point. Preschoolers do not understand death is permanent, and they'll be hoping that the person will come back. But here in case of kids, they know that it is permanent, but they are scared. What will happen next? Will I also lose my mother? Will I also die? Such confusions start up in their mind, and they also cannot express much. They won't be able to express their anger. I mean, they are loaded with emotions at this age, like, because they can understand that something is missing. They can get angry, they can be sad, they can anxiety can be another issue with them. With teenagers 13 to 18 years of age, they completely understand death is permanent. They understand the consequences. At this age, they are a little blunt. They don't talk much. In general, they show off a lot that nothing affects them. They are the strongest. So they will not talk much or express their feelings. They may isolate themselves, or they may start shouting at people around them. They may really find it difficult to talk to any of the family member about this. Important part of the video: how to cope up with the loss. How do we help them? Encourage them to talk, let them ask questions. Please be honest and answer to the point with clarity. If there is any death, then explain them that in simple words, age appropriate details can be given. In case the person had a normal death, by I mean, if an age-old grandfather died, you can explain that how fruits grow at a certain time and then they dry up and then it would be time to throw. Just like that, our body also evolves over a period of time. Our internal organs develop, and after some time our organs stop working, and that's when our body is cremated, or that's when we announce that the person is dead. Or if it was an accident, you can tell that he lost so and so part of the body and his body couldn't function anymore, that's why he died. So words can be chosen wisely. Euphemisms to be totally avoided. Gone to sleep, God took him away, passed away. Words like these create a lot of confusion in them. They would start assuming that by sleeping somebody can die. They can think that God is a bad person, he took him away, and many other assumptions which can be harmful. Stop blaming children for death. Sometimes in just flow of the talk, I have seen people saying, you were a bad boy, that's why your grandfather went away. So this creates lot of scare in a child's mind. And be open about your grief. Talk to them, tell them that you are also sad, you lost your father, you lost somebody close to you and you are unhappy, you are crying all the time, you are finding it difficult to cope up. Use the right emotions to talk to them. Please do not have an explosive emotion now at this time. You howling can really scare the child. I understand when you have lost a close family member, it is difficult for you to not emote, but controlling is important, because the person who left us, we have his memory, but the person who is with us now, the child, can get weak looking at us going weak like that. So limit yourself when you talk, but be careful, and in case you are not in a situation, take help of any of the family member. At last, in case you find more changes in your child, behavior wise, or at school he is not able to cope up, his favorite toy is no more his favorite, his best friend he is not talking to, the most talkative child is quiet now. Things like these, when you observe and over a period of time it is not getting better, then it is good to go and take a medical help by mental health professionals. Getting a closure is very important. Most of the times we keep kids away from this. Funerals, prayer meetings have a meaning to it, that as and when it is happening, we understand that we have lost the person. I mean, when you want to take your kid to a funeral, explain it to him. It is important that you take him based on his age. If you can explain it to him what is going to happen and he is ready, it's okay. But do not force the child. And at least, if not to the funeral immediately, there will be prayer meetings or puja for 13 days or whatsoever according to their religion or custom. Do take them by seeing the photo, by seeing what is all done to the person we lost, remembering him at that time, doing bhajans, and all these things actually helps them get a closure. Understand that yes, this person is no more with us, this change has happened. So to cope up with the loss, you can help them create a memory book, you can help them plant a tree in their name, take them to their favorite place and tell them that yes, he is no more, this used to be his favorite place, let's keep coming here if you like it, if you want to remember him here. Paint something about him, draw something about him, or take him to that cemetery in case he wants to. So these things can be done to understand and cope up with the loss a bit. Getting back to routine is the most difficult task when you have lost your loved one, the closest one. Kids find it very difficult, especially when they see people being sad around. They would hesitate to ask for food. They would think before smiling or playing. I mean, they are that smart, but we will have to tell them. We will also have to smile with them, because we don't want them to be upset for a long time. And especially if there is a loss of a parent, then the other parent will have to explain it to them that yes, mama is no more with us now. We will have to move on with her good memories, and we will have to lead a decent life. Then please help me with it. I will help you with whatever mama used to do, but if I miss on, please adjust and let's talk if you need anything more. And if there is a loss of a father, then the mother who had given up her job to take care of the children now, but has to now go back to work, how will she manage kids, how will she manage cooking, etc.? Then please talk to them. Talking helps. Child, I was doing all the best I could, and I will continue to do that. I will continue to take up dad's responsibility as well, but I would need your help a bit. I would request you to adjust a bit. I would want you to tell me when there is a problem that I'm going wrong or I can do better. So things like this can be done. Talking really helps, and I really hope I did a bit of justice to this topic. If you found it useful, if you think that this can help somebody, please share this video. And for kids, I have made some more videos, which in case you want to share with your child, please watch the video Disability Etiquette. It is very important. We should understand how to deal with physically or mentally challenged people. And puberty. At this age, it's important to communicate well and educate them on what is what. So watch that video as well. And being a YouTuber, it is difficult to bring in such topic, but I tried my best. It was very emotionally draining for me as well. Let me know how I did on this topic. Let me know if you want me to make a video on how to talk about death to children before even talking about the loss. Let us prepare them, because in India, I don't know other places, in India we ush on this subject, and kids need to know this. So I'm glad that you are here till the end of the video. Please consider commenting on this video and letting me know how I did. Subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you soon in yet another video. Bye-bye.